Very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Glamour Live. My name is Molife Kumona, the online editor for Glamour South Africa, and thank you once again for joining us for yet another live chat. Thank you for joining us, Adele. Thank you, V Noktula, Turia Zanda, Miss Sue Kosinkosi. Thank you guys for joining us today on once again another live glamour chat. Today we've got a businesswoman, media personality, Minnie Dlamini joining us, and we're just going to connect to Minnie and get right straight into this live. Hi.
Hi,
How
how
are
are
you doing?
you? I'm good.
Good,
This is the
good.
first time I put makeup on in ages.
You look amazing. You look beautiful. I
I
like the
feel so
joke.
glammed up and I'm like, I'm just chilling at home.
How's it going?
I'm good. Can you see, do you like my dog?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It looks very lovely. It
Thank
looks
you. It's
perfect.
having a lot of very gorgeous hair.
Yeah. I saw the picture that you did on Insta. Was it Sophia? What's the name in the color purple?
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I look like. All my friends were teasing me. They were like, you've got to do something with your hair. I said, you know what?
It's lockdown. No one cares. We're all just chilling.
Exactly.
Cool. So thank you so much for joining us, Minnie. I hope you can see me. You can hear me well. Can
Hi
you?
guys, I can see all my diamond squad is there. They're like the first people to be on this live. It's amazing. Hi
Hi,
guys.
everyone. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us with Minnie Dlamini Jones, media personality and businesswoman. So, when I was doing a research for this interview, when I Googled your name, the first article that came out was like Minnie homeless. I was like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
going to
saw
read the
that.
article. I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to let Minnie explain to me what's that about? What is that about?
No, man, we sold our house. We put our house on the market just before lockdown, and everything got
Ah,
finalized just before. And so, as everything got finalized, we were in the middle of lockdowns. I was like, we thought we had like a couple of months to look for a new place,
yes,
and then we're on
yes.
lockdown, so we can't go house hunting. So we've just been doing everything online, and we found a place, and we found a place online. We haven't
Uh-huh,
seen it yet. Well, we'd seen it once before, and then I
uh-huh.
kept looking at it again online. So I'm not homeless. I do have a place. It's just, yeah, it was everything had been finalized during lockdown, and I didn't have time to sort of explore and go find what I was looking for exactly. But I think I'm fine before people think I'm
Ah.
destitute.
Cool, cool. And in terms of lockdown, so I put down a few questions here, and your team was amazing. Your team is just really amazing. They sent through some
Thank
ideas,
you.
so we just worked together. So, how has the lockdown been for you? You are also in day, what day are we in? Are we 18? I am
I
so
have no idea.
confused.
I stopped counting. I stopped counting. I don't know. Some days are good. I mean, you know what happened is that for me, my life was always on 100. So I'm constantly
Mm,
doing something. I run
mm,
about 3 or 4 different companies, plus my on air career. So there's
yes.
a lot of things that I'm doing in a week or in a day. So this was the first time in a very long time that I've almost had the opportunity to just take a break and just breathe
Mm,
and not focus on
mm,
anything else and just focus on using this time to just recenter and refocus. I've been through a lot in the last couple of months, and I
mm.
immersed myself into my work, and this was the perfect opportunity for me to just say, take the break that you weren't giving yourself. So in that
Yeah.
aspect, it's been welcomed and I appreciate it. But in the other aspects, I look at my bank balance and it just keeps dropping because
I know,
nothing's
I
coming
know. All that
in.
food. I mean, for me, it's food. You buy a lot of food.
Are
I don't
you?
know if it's the
I'm not
same for
even
you.
eating that much. I'm
No,
like,
no, no. I'm eating all the time.
you
All
eating
the
too
time.
much?
All the time. That's all I'm doing. I'm eating and working.
Do you know what I'm tired of? Sleeping.
Ah,
Like my body
really?
hurts from sleeping. Yes.
Okay.
I saw a video today of someone who's like, I've exhausted all my sleeping style. I was like, that's me. I'm so oversleeping. It used to be one of my favorite things because that was the moment where my day was done, I'd relax, and now I'm just oversleeping. I don't want to sleep.
No, no, I know I totally get you. And being a wife during the
Yeah.
lockdown, how is that like? Is it, are you cooking all the time? Like, what is it like being Minnie the housewife during lockdown?
It's been fun. I mean, we love to cook. My husband and I cook all the time. So
Uh-huh.
tomorrow, actually, we're doing a 5 course fine dining menu for each other. We're just figuring it out. I'm just messing around. So yeah, we love to cook. We love to spend time together. I mean, it's exhausting, spending every second, day in, day out with someone. But I'd much rather that than not having someone. I mean, I remember I tweeted, I was like, oh, I really wouldn't mind being alone during this period. But the
Uh-huh.
reality is I'm bored out of my skull. I've got someone
No,
to
that's very
talk to,
true.
someone to laugh with, I've got someone to cook with. And yeah, it's been a really cool time. So, and it's good for us. It's good for us to spend time together that
Mm.
doesn't involve work, that doesn't involve the hustle and bustle of me complaining about what I'm going through or whatever the case is. And now we're just enjoying each other's company, and I'm enjoying it.
Cool, cool. And in terms of, and this is a question I ask all the time, mental
Yeah.
health wise, how has this affected you? Because I know a lot of people are suffering from anxiety, the fact that you can't go out, the fact that your
Yeah.
normal life as you know it has been broken down. How do you stay sane? Like mentally,
It's
what do you do in order to,
Yeah, it's hectic, and I mean, anxiety is a real thing for someone like me, especially. I mean, I
Mhm.
think of all the things I could be doing, but then I also think about the fact that if I could go anywhere right now, so let's say lockdown ends right now, this second, where am I
Yes.
gonna go? And the reality is I'd probably be right here, probably cooking or
Ah.
watching TV, and like
Mm.
I wouldn't be anywhere. So we have anxiety of what we can't do because we've been told that we can't do it. But the reality is
Yes, that's true.
most of us would probably be chilling at home and
Doing the
not
same.
doing much right now. So I don't even think it's that bad. I think, we really start rationalizing exactly what it is that's going on, where we are, but also just appreciate this break for what it is. I mean, this truly is an opportunity for us to recenter and regroup. A lot of people are doing really cool things, starting new
Yeah.
channels and,
Mm.
developing content and really keeping South Africa entertained. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. I've immersed myself in my foundation and doing what I
Yes.
can to really help communities. And that's really been important to me. Jaguar Land Rover and myself started the hashtag Feeding South Africa Together
Yes, I was
campaign.
about to ask that.
And
Yes. Uh-huh.
yeah, and that's been occupying a lot of my time, and I've really immersed myself into that. But I've actually used this time to not work. I've really used this
Mm.
time to say, life has given us this opportunity to take a break. Let's take the
Mm-hmm.
break. And all the people that are
Yeah.
doing amazing things, kudos to you. I think it's absolutely amazing, and keep doing the amazing work that you're doing.
Mm.
But I'm truly using this as a blessing in disguise in terms of what it is. And that's using it to focus on things I haven't had time to focus on previously, focus on helping others,
Mm.
and taking the much needed time for myself that I need.
Mm. So let's talk about your program, the feed. It's called what? Feed essay. Well, what is it called? Your
Feed
program.
SA to
How? Yes. What is it about, and how did it come about?
So what we're doing is that we're delivering food packs to underprivileged communities. Jaguar Land Rover have
Mm.
partnered with the Red Cross. They've supplied them with
Uh-huh.
vehicles to go out into these communities. The Red Cross does amazing work in helping people and helping communities, getting them their medical screenings. And of course, because of the work that they do in these communities, they can also identify the people that really need help and
Yes.
assistance in terms
Mm.
of food. People are hungry, people don't have money,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Mm-hmm.
really need to do what we can. So many people have had some incredible initiatives, and I'm just so blessed to be able to partner with Jaguar Land Rover and the Red Cross to be able to distribute hand sanitizers, and that's obviously through the Minnie Dlamini
Yes.
Foundation.
Yes. Yes.
And so we developed hand sanitizers, and that was actually because of social media. So I remember as
Ah.
this pandemic started, social media was like, Minnie, why don't you come up with hand sanitizers? So I
Mm-hmm.
spoke to my guy, and we came up with some incredible products. Diageo sponsored all the alcohol for us to manufacture our products. So
Oh
that's been
wow.
really amazing. They
Uh-huh.
sponsored
Uh-huh.
about 10,000 liters. And we're just so proud of the fact that we've been able to make a difference and contribute
Mm-hmm.
to helping the communities. But most importantly, people are hungry. and people need to
Yeah,
get food.
definitely.
That's what these food boxes are all about, is that we're able to feed one person for a month and hopefully keep them sustained during this period.
No, that's definitely true. And in terms of getting into Minnie the businesswoman, so you started
Yeah.
off as a media personality, an actress, and a television presenter. How was that journey like to getting into business, and when did you decide to do it?
I actually started when I decided to take my profession seriously. I mean, I was in the music scene when I was on live, and that was really fun. But when I realized that my profession is really a business and I really started to
Mm,
operate as such, that's when Minnie the businesswoman really came out. The entrepreneur came out in realizing that I need to turn my brand into something more tangible. People can't just see me once a week on screen and that's enough.
yeah.
I needed to give
Hmm.
them a product, something that they can consume, something that they can have a piece of me. And that's why MD Body was born. But being a businesswoman, I think, was when I really decided to look at myself and treat myself as a brand and as a business. And
Hmm.
that's really when everything started. And you start to realize that everything has a formula, everything works in a
Yeah.
certain way. And if you work everything
Hmm.
properly and according to those rules, all the rules that you make for yourself, you're able to create a successful business in whatever it is that you do. So I've got my foundation, I've got my skincare
Hmm.
product, I've got my production
Hmm.
company.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we've just got so many things that we're doing, and I'm just so excited that I'm able to spread my wings and spread my talents in the different aspects of business in South Africa.
Is it? And for someone who's watching this who wants to follow in your footsteps, particularly personality to business, what are maybe
Yeah.
three things you'd give them as advice to do? Like the three things, three tips for meaning for transitioning from being a personality to becoming a businesswoman, full-on entrepreneur.
Sure. Well, the first thing is research, research, research. Never
Mm,
underestimate the power that you have, but also don't think that that's enough. You need to do your research, you need to learn, and you need to, that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to surround
mm,
yourself with people that are smarter than you, people that are more experienced
mm,
than you, people that know more than
mm,
you. And that way you're
mm,
able to learn and not make the teething mistakes that we all make in business. And really just find that one person or that group of people that can mentor you and guide you in terms of developing your business. And then three, listen to your audience. I think that's
mm,
the biggest thing is look at the audience, listen to your audience and understand your audience. A lot of people, want to come up with these amazing products, but they don't understand that their consumers might not be able to afford it. So understand what who your target market is, understand what their pocket is like. And so when you develop products for them, you develop products that they can actually consume and products that they can actually consume to support you. I mean, it's one thing
mm,
to create an amazing product, but it's horrible if your consumers can't afford it. So understand your market, understand your reach. So those would be my three
mm.
tips.
Is it? And where can you find MD? Where do you find MD?
You find it in Clicks nationwide and
Uh-huh,
Shoprite
uh-huh.
is nationwide.
Okay, cool. And
And you
another
can
question,
also get it on the online store.
oh, on your online store, okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of, there's something that your team talked about when we were speaking on the phone, searching ordinary South African girls as ambassadors. Can you just take us through that? What's that about?
Yeah, I get a lot of messages on social media with young girls asking to be my brand ambassadors, asking how they can help promote the product. And the reality is that once you get into these really big chains, we do these things called store activations. So we go out into
Mm,
stores and, really get people to test the product, feel the product,
mm,
take
mm,
pictures of
mm,
people. Obviously, COVID-19 messed with my plans. But what happened is that we ran a social media campaign. Instead of me going to an agency and getting models or other promoters that, work in the system, I wanted to get my
mm,
real MD fans. I wanted to get my real Minnie Dlamini fans to be a part of my business and a part of my brand, to talk about the product, talk about the brand. And we really wanted to open it up to ordinary South African girls. And that was really, really important to me. We found some incredible girls all around the country. And I can't wait for this lockdown period to be over so that you guys can meet them. We can start doing our
mm.
activations as we planned. But yeah, it was just important for me to just open it up to people that are really passionate about the brand and are passionate about being a part of something that I've built from scratch.
Mm. And you're a well-rounded person, all around. People love you, and I'm sure you know this. Who inspires you? Who inspires Minnie
Ooh,
Dlamini? In
I
terms of Minnie
can't
the woman, yeah.
So many people inspire me. I mean,
Ah,
so many things inspire me. I think Africa as a continent in terms of potential inspires me, where we could be. You know, I look at, if you look at the film industry and you look at so many things that
mm,
have been happening in television and all of that globally, we've got such a beautiful global market of where we can take our brands and our businesses. We just need to tap into it. And that's what inspires me, is that our potential is endless, and we need more
mm,
young Africans to really step up and say, you know what, I'm not going to wait until a big corporate decides whether I'm
mm,
worthy. I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to start my business. I'm going to create products that speak to me and speak to people like me, because the reality is that we as Africans have been excluded in the commercial markets in so many different ways, and we just end up using what's, you know, commercially used for everyone, and nothing has
mm.
necessarily been designed for us. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily what I've done with my product, but I do think that the fact that I've created an entrepreneurship platform to be able to say, you know, I can create something from scratch that can speak to anyone, no matter what your skin type is, no matter what your color is, and it's a good quality product and it's affordable. I feel like it can motivate and inspire someone else to do the same thing. So that's what it is. It's, I look at women like
Mm,
Oprah, I look at women like Connie
mm,
Ferguson, I look at all of
mm,
these women that have done absolutely amazing things from the simple platforms that they had. These were all
mm,
television stars and went on to be global phenomenons. And I'm so proud
mm.
to live in a society where I have access to some of these women, or just able to admire from a
Yes.
distance, you know, and I hope that I'm able to do
Mm,
the same for young women out there as well.
mm. And speaking of young women and men, in this case, I was just
Mhm.
looking at your career as I was doing the research for the interview, and your career has been, you've been consistent, you've been growing. What do you know now that you wish you knew then, that you would tell someone who's getting into this industry, particularly entertainment? What do you know now that if you go back and tell Minnie when she started, you would tell her about it?
Don't trust anyone. No, I'm kidding. Not joking, not joking.
Mm,
Yeah, it's ruthless. It's a ruthless
mm,
industry, and not everyone has your best interests at heart. And if you, one thing I know now is that it is a business, and we need to start
mm,
treating it as a business from
mm,
jump.
mm,
You know, people
mm,
look at it and it's glitz and it's glamour and it's fun. But the sooner you start to take it and treat it like a business, the sooner you're able to truly reap the benefits of this industry. And I think
mm,
that's what I know now, is that it's not all fun and games. As much as you might love it, it is a business. Treat yourself as the CEO of your own
mm,
brand. You are a
mm,
company in your own right, and treat yourself that way. Everything
mm,
needs to be done on paper. I think that's another thing, is that we trust so many people and we trust things, and
mm,
get
mm, mm.
everything in writing, get everything done, get a good lawyer, get a good accountant, manage your finances. You know, it's so easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of the entertainment industry instead of realizing that you've got to dot your I's and cross your T's.
Absolutely. So I've got some
Yeah.
questions here that you
That's
received
it.
from the DM. Okay, so someone says,
Yeah.
what's Minnie's dream presenter job? What's your dream presenter job?
Wow, that's a really good question. I've been so privileged to work on some amazing shows. I think my dream presenting job would be my own show,
Hmm.
where I get to travel the world and experience different cultures. That would be my dream
Hmm.
presenting job.
And someone asked as well, what's Minnie's dream destination? What's your dream destination? You've traveled almost the whole world, so what's your
Oh
dream
man,
destination?
I think just I think where I haven't been and I still want to go, I think maybe I think that's better, because I've been to some incredible places and I've been almost everywhere.
Yes.
But I still haven't done Jamaica.
Hmm.
So I really want to do that. I know it sounds really weird, but I really want to do Jamaica. Still want to do Mexico. Really
Hmm.
hectic on my bucket list. I don't know what else. There's quite a few. I'm an island
Hmm.
person, so I'd love to experience a few more islands globally. But one of the places on the continent that I'm still really, really desperate to go to, that I haven't visited yet, is Kenya.
Hmm.
There's something
Ah,
about Kenya that just speaks to me, and I think that's my dream destination on the continent for sure.
okay. And oh yes, so someone is asking again, will you branch into a makeup line? is that something that MD will branch into? Are you thinking of that, or are you just like, nah, not for now?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm really enjoying skin and body at the moment. I don't know. Never say never. Something might just pop up
Mm-hmm.
and I might go into makeup. But I think right now I'm really enjoying skin and beauty. And one thing people always comment about is my skin and how I keep my skin healthy and hydrated. And I've been working a lot with so many people in terms of developing incredible products. I've got a new line of products that will be coming out hopefully towards the end of next year or mid next year. And I'm just excited to share that kind of stuff. The skin journey excites me so much more than makeup. I think makeup is so trendy that what's in now might not be in tomorrow. But keeping your skin
Mm.
glowy and hydrated, I think, is forever. And I'm all about longevity.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
any new shows that we can expect produced by Beautiful Day Productions. Beautiful Day Productions is the name
Ooh,
of your production
beautiful.
company.
Yes, Beautiful Day Productions
Yes.
is my name
Uh,
in English. Minnie Dlamini
oh,
Productions.
yes. Ah.
And right, so corny.
Mm.
But yeah, we're working on some new projects. I'm working on 2 new shows. And yeah, I'm just hoping they get picked up. So I don't want to
Mm.
talk too much at the moment because nothing's been
Nice.
picked up yet. I'm still in the pitching phase. But yeah, I'm working on some very interesting content, and I'm just really trying to create television that speaks to us. And you know,
Mm.
I want to see characters that look like us. I mean, we watch
Mm.
TV right now, and the shows that do so well are the shows that represent our communities and the shows that represent our
Mm.
societies. But I
Mm.
feel like our generations are kind of left out a bit in some of those shows.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, not really are the primary focus. And I really want to try to focus on content that speaks to sort of a youth market, and youth, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sort of 18 to 35, and see how that works. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, channels have their own objectives, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm very
Yeah.
excited to venture out into drama series. I'm working on a film.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's exciting times in terms of creativity for Beautiful Day.
And what shows do you watch? What shows resonate with you? So if you give me like 3 shows that you watch religiously, you
Cool,
don't miss an episode,
international.
you listen. Could be either or.
Okay, internationally, my favorite
Mm.
show of all time is Survivor. It's my
Ah.
absolute favorite show. Um, the South African season, the last season of Survivor South Africa for me was probably the best season of Survivor South Africa I've ever seen. I
Uh-huh.
thought it was absolutely brilliant. So Survivor for me, just in terms of premise, I think is amazing. I am a sucker for the Bachelor franchise. So
Is
I've
it?
watched
Oh
Trash
wow.
TV. Yeah, I love the Bachelor. And then I'm obsessed with drama series. So like I'll watch
Mm.
anything and everything from Game of Thrones used to be one of my
Mm.
favorites.
Mm.
Hated the last season. What am I
It was
watching now? What am I
horrible.
watching now? I watched Money Heist, but I'm not sure I'm
Uh,
gonna carry on with that.
yeah, I'm on
I love
episode
The
1 and I'm
River.
just like,
Yeah, I love The
mm.
River locally. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The Queen, Maya, all of our local offerings I think are fantastic. I love Still Breathing. I thought that was really, really cool. It was
Mm.
very
Mm-hmm.
different in terms of South African television. I love the heightened drama. I thought it was beautiful. The storylines are also quite challenging, and I really, really enjoy that show. But yeah, I watch everything. I'm not even gonna lie to you. There's nothing that I haven't watched and nothing that I don't watch. So
Okay,
yeah.
cool, cool. And besides sanitizer, what other products will be added to the uh, MD Body Essay collection?
So without giving too much away, I'm actually working on a tissue oil range. We
Mm-hmm.
all know how women's skin is, and we struggle with scars, uneven skin tone, stretch marks. And I'm working on developing a product. I found something that works really, really well. I've been actually testing it during this lockdown, which has been really good. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like I'm the human tester.
Uh-huh.
So I'm busy just making sure that like I really enjoy it. I'm working on the smells, but also just making sure that it works. That's the most important thing. So working on a tissue oil range, and trying to get that at a more affordable price point than our competitors on the market.
Mm. And what's your skincare routine? So what's your basically like your step-by-step skincare routine? How do you keep your skin looking fresh, particularly now during the lockdown? What are some of those things that you do so that you don't have breakouts or dry skin or anything like that?
Cool. So with my face, once a week, I always do an exfoliation and a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Face, I put toner. So I wash, cleanse, tone, and
Mm-hmm.
moisturize. That's the most important thing. And I do that twice a day. So I always go to bed with moisturizer, always wake up after I've washed my face and I put moisturizer. My daily secret, though, is I always use an SPF on my skin. So that's on my face. That's like a sunscreen. I try using SPF 50. Even though I'm not outside in the sun a lot, I do try to go outside and sit in the garden a little bit. And we have to protect our skin. Melanin is great, but we've got to protect
Mm-hmm.
our skin. And then, of course, I keep moisturized twice a day. So I'll show you what I do. I shower with this. I don't know if you can see. It's my MD body lotion.
Yes, yeah.
And I use this twice a day, which is my MD body lotion. So it's my body wash and my body lotion that I use twice a day. And that's my skincare routine. And I drink lots of water. Lots and lots and lots of water. 2 liters of water a day. And it also helps you lose weight.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's a lot.
I love you, Mr.
And
Vine.
someone is asking, where do you draw your inspiration and strength from, strength and motivation from in life generally? So where do you get your strength and your motivation from in life generally?
My family. I always want to make them proud. I always want them to know that they can rely on me and depend on me. And they are my biggest cheerleaders. So they are my biggest inspiration. I do everything for them. Do I lift weights? No. Someone just asked if I lift weights. Am I looking strong? No, I don't.
Do you train though? Are you one of those people who loves to work out? Are you doing it during this time of lockdown?
No, I do like to work out during lockdown. No.
Okay.
No, not during lockdown.
And so, and,
I have been working out, yeah, previously.
and someone is asking, do you plan on coming to Namibia again?
Oh, I can't wait to come to Namibia. It's literally one of my favorite destinations. I mean, the last time I was there, I was in a place called Walvis Bay, which is a place where the ocean meets the sand dunes. It's, oh my goodness, it's just glorious. And I can't wait to go back. So yes, I'll be back soon, I promise. Yes, Miss
And
Sina, still playing tennis.
And Z was asking here that, what are you using to lose weight?
What am I using? Nothing, actually. I started working out. So obviously I gained a lot of weight last year and after I got married. And I was fine with it. I enjoyed it. But then I realized that I felt like I wanted to look smaller again and start fitting into my clothes again. So I started eating right. I started working out. And that's what I was doing. At the moment, obviously, I'm not really doing much. And I'm just lucky that it's staying off. But the biggest secret to losing weight is eating well. And then, of course, when you want to tone up, get that nice definition, that's really when you need to start working out. So losing weight is not difficult if you eat the right food. And then obviously to get those nice cuts in your body, go to the gym or work out at home.
Cool.
Yeah.
And someone is asking, which local show would you immediately say yes to if you're offered a role on it?
Oh, that's a great question. Maybe The River.
Okay.
The River. It'd be The River, The Queen, or Ismail.
Yes. The River is by.
The River, The Queen, or Ismail. One of those three.
Okay. And someone is asking as well, will we get to see Minnie's amazing acting skills anytime soon? Will we get to see you on screen acting?
I'm hoping so. I'm really, really hoping so. It's been something I've been threatening probably for the last 2-3 years. A lot of people have approached me. A lot of really great offers have come through, and I am working on it. Let's just say 2021 should be the year I act again. Where? Asaz. But I should be acting. I should be acting again in 2021.
And Miss Diva is saying that you should add whites to your range.
I saw that. I think it's a really great idea. I'm going to. Thank you for that. Great tip.
Who's your style inspiration? Someone is asking who your style inspiration is.
Oh, so many people. But I think one of my favorite people in terms of style has to be Rihanna. I love the fact that she takes risks. She's effortless in the way that she does things. I mean, what she's done, not only as a brand, but as a business, I think is absolutely fantastic. And I've definitely taken a few pages out of her book.
Mm. Someone is saying, oh, I know, that's fine. Oh, someone says, should we expect catching up with the Jones TV show soon?
No, I don't think my husband's going to kill me if I even suggest it. So no, I don't think so. But never say never. But no, I don't think so. We'll try. I keep
Is it?
trying. I try like every couple of weeks, but
Would you like to do it? If they were to give you a show as Minnie and he does a cameo once every 2, 3 weeks, would you do it?
I don't know. I don't think reality is my thing. I think I'm pretty
Mhm.
boring. I don't know what I do.
Yes, and someone is asking, can we expect some babies after the lockdown?
I don't know. No. Guys, I just want to focus on my career. I think right now, planning a family, if God wants it that way, I'll welcome it. But right now, it's in God's hands. If you want to ask anyone, ask him.
Uh, so what would you say? I mean, I'm sure you've been interviewed 1,000 times, and
Yeah,
what would you say, or if, even outside of interviews, but just generally, what's the one question you're tired of being asked?
that
Like you're just like,
one, when I'm having kids. It's the one
Is it,
question I hate being asked. I just think it's so weird. Like, it's like asking, like, when are you gonna have kids? Like, it's just weird. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? And like, people just think like it just happens. It doesn't just happen. Like, babies are miracles. Like, some people struggle to have kids. I don't know if it's in the cards for me. We'll see. We'll see. But I really don't like the question. I think it's a bit invasive. But I do understand that people want to see me have kids. They saw me get married, and they want to see me have babies, and I get that. So hopefully God makes the parts. But right now it doesn't seem like it.
is it? So what would you say, as a major personality has been one of the hardest things about being who you are and having this very public life? And how do you maneuver such things?
I think what's been difficult is, you know, having to deal with certain things publicly. You know,
Mm,
sometimes you go through things and you don't really want them splashed all over the media. You don't want people
mm,
discussing your private life. You know, it's one thing saying,
mm,
oh, she forgot her lines on screen. Fine. You know,
mm,
that's a professional mistake that I made in my profession. I get that. But, you know, when someone is discussing, you know, whether I'm homeless or whether I had something to eat or if I'm having babies, those are
mm,
the things that are quite a bit, it's a bit invasive, but I know it's what I signed up for. So I think
mm,
that's the one thing that's a bit difficult. And I guess I'm okay with it, but just watching my family and friends having to deal with
mm,
certain things is very difficult.
mm,
You know, they didn't sign up for this life. They didn't sign up for all the press and the PR, and I think that's what's difficult, is just trying to shield them from the public, you know, scrutiny that comes with being
mm,
associated with someone like me.
mm. So you've got 3.6 million followers on Instagram. I haven't
Yeah.
checked on Twitter. So basically, you've got millions of followers.
Yeah.
And with that comes sometimes when people have that in their personality, they have the ego builds up as we go. How do you keep your ego in check? How have you been able over the years to be like, you know what? Mm-mm,
I think it's grounding. I think if you're
mm,
always going to be an egotistical person, I don't think it develops. I think you were just always that way.
mm, mm,
So I think I just never was that way ever. So I was never
mm,
really raised to be that. But also for me, the difference between me is that I was a girl in a line with 8,000 people auditioning to be a presenter. So at
uh,
every single
mm,
point, I'm still that girl in a queue. And I think that's the difference between me and everyone else. Is I almost, you know, I didn't have an agent. I wasn't
mm,
auditioning, you know, constantly and being trained and prepped for a certain role or certain position. So I never felt entitled to the positions that I was in. I've always been very grateful, and I've always felt like I'm a servant of the business and a service.
Mm.
I provide a service to the people that put me where I am. So, yeah,
Mm.
I guess it's just I'm still that girl that was standing in a queue 10 years ago, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah.
And what would you say you're most proud of when you look at your life? What would you say these maybe three things you're most proud of?
Oh, there's so many things I'm proud of. I'm proud of the fact that I've been on live television consistently for 10 years. And I mean, not many people
Mm.
can say that. And
Mm.
for, 2 years of that, I was on TV every day. So, I
Mm.
mean, that's a lot of screen time that I've had
Mm.
consistently over 10 years. And I've always
Mm.
had a job in the 10 years that I've been in the industry. And that's a huge blessing. That my trajectory has just always been up. I've always,
Mm.
been rising and rising in terms of my career. I'm proud of my companies. I'm proud of Beautiful Day
Mm.
Productions and truly being able to turn myself into the media mogul that I've always seen myself as being. And
Mm.
I'm proud of my beauty range. I'm excited that I have something that can live beyond me, something that I can hand over to my children, and something that doesn't necessarily need my face or me to be about it. Is that, if there's one thing about my products that I'm so proud of, is that it's really good stuff. It's good quality stuff. And
Mm.
it
Mm.
doesn't need me to push it in order for people to know that it's credible quality products. And that's what I'm really proud of.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. So
And a
there's a few
decade?
things.
Yes, they
Hey?
are. They are. So you're like just over a decade, or you're a decade in the industry, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Why a decade in the industry? What's your secret to staying relevant? Which is like a big thing. I mean, relevance is like, especially in the age where there's new people, there are new things
All the
happening all the
time.
time. What's your secret? What have you maybe not done, but what do you think? You might have not done it consciously, but what would you say is the secret for
My
you?
se- my secret, I think, is being professional. I'm incredibly
Mm.
professional and I take my work
Mm.
incredibly seriously.
Mm.
Everything that I do with 110%. I really immerse myself into my work and I never take it for granted. I treat everyone with respect that I work with. And I make sure that
Mm.
working with me is an enjoyable experience. The reality is that
Mm.
if you're great at your work, people will work with you. If you're enjoyable to
Mm.
work with, people will work with you. And if you're both of those things at the same time, you'll always have work in this industry and in this business. So I just try and make my working
Mm.
environment as pleasant as possible. And then also just making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do and I go beyond what is required of me in every single task that's given to me.
Mm. And the DSTV Awards, you nailed
Yeah,
it. You looked
thank you.
really great.
Thank
So
you.
take us through the preparation of particularly the fashion, because people really loved what you wore. What was the brief you had to your stylist? What did you want that show to portray for you?
Well, I went to 3 designers that I absolutely love and respect. And I
Mm.
went to them and I said, look, you guys have your aesthetic and you know what my body
Mm.
is. I want you guys to create
Mm.
something that speaks to you, that speaks to something that I've either never worn before or something that you know is going to
Mm.
accentuate my best features. But more than anything, I
Mm.
wanted them to show off. And I think
Mm.
all three of them really did just that. And they went all out in creating absolutely amazing garments. And I had a lot of fun. It was like every outfit, I was like a different aspect of my personality. And that was a lot of fun. Um, I work really closely with my team. I mean, I bombard them in the middle of the night, sending them inspirations and pictures and
Mm.
ideas. It was the first time I was hosting an award show on TV by myself, and I had the absolute time of my life. I was so excited. I got to have so much fun, and I really got to showcase little bits of my personality. And I hope I get the opportunity to do something like that again.
Yes, and someone just asked, yeah, I just want to just roll because yeah. Shawnee ST is asking, what's the greatest challenge you have had to overcome on set? What's the greatest challenge you've had to overcome on set?
On stage,
Mm. On set.
on set.
Yeah.
Um, wow, that's really interesting. Um, I try not get involved in anything dramatic on set. I don't think I've ever really had any issues on set,
Mm,
to be honest with you. At the end of the day, you get given your lines before you get to work. You're supposed to
mm,
rehearse your lines. You get to work, you get given direction from your director, and you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. The only time there'd be drama is if you allow yourself to get involved in things that really don't concern you and really don't
mm,
concern the reason why you're there. So, to be honest with you, I haven't really had any issues on set
mm.
at all.
And your hair care routine, what's the secret to keeping your hair and your hairline? Like, because we hear a lot about the
I
hairline.
do
What's
have
the
a
secret?
hairline. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
Um, no, I think honestly, to be honest with you, it is good genes. I've got
Mm,
very, very thick, rich hair.
mm,
And I'm so blessed that before lockdown, got to see my stylist at least once a week. And he would always take care of my hair. But I think the secret to good hair is I do a treatment once every 2 weeks. I
mm,
do a proper treatment on my hair that keeps my hair moisturized, it keeps it rich. I keep my hair in plaits for protective styling. But for all the women out there, I would say make sure you do a treatment at least once a month. But I definitely
mm.
do it about once a week, once every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, I do a treatment, and that keeps my hair really strong and healthy.
All right, cool. And
And
if you had to do this, oh, trim, oh yeah.
trim your hair.
If you had to do this journey all over again, what would you do anything different? If you had to do it all again, what would you do differently?
I mean, if I'm being frank, I'd go back and say definitely trust less. But
Mm,
to be honest with you, I don't think I'd be where I am today if I didn't go through the things that I went through. I don't think I
mm,
would have developed the thick skin that I have. I don't think I would have. I tend to be quite. I describe myself as a fairy. I like to see the good in people,
mm,
and I like to see the good in
mm,
situations, and everything is
mm,
unicorns and rainbows. And
mm,
sometimes you need life to give you a hard knock to realize that this is the real world. And so, in that
mm,
sense, I wouldn't go back and change anything because I think I wouldn't be as serious about my work the way that I am. I
mm,
wouldn't be as cautious as I am about how I go into
mm.
business and with who I go into business with. And I believe that every experience that we go through is to teach us and for us to grow. So I wouldn't change anything, to be honest.
All right, cool. We're about to wrap, so I'll just ask you a few questions
Okay.
here from our viewers. There's
What are they
Noctula
saying?
who's asking how do you choose friends in the entertainment industry? How do you choose friends in the industry?
You don't choose friends. I think friends kind of, you gravitate towards each other. I don't think it's any different in the entertainment industry than it is in real life. When you connect with someone, you connect with someone and you know if that person is your person. So I don't think it's any different in the entertainment industry. I think the
Mm,
only difference in the entertainment industry is that you have to keep your guard up a little bit, and it takes a little bit
mm,
longer to trust someone in the industry than it would as an ordinary person. But other than that, though, I think it's as organic as it is normally. But
mm,
I'm so lucky to be surrounded by incredible people who love and support me,
mm,
and I love and
mm.
support them back. So I'm very blessed.
And Kamo is asking, when you look back, did you ever think you would be where you are 10 years ago when you auditioned? Did you ever think after your audition that this would be your life?
You know what?
Mm,
Without sounding conceited, I've always been someone who was driven and motivated, and I always knew I was going to be someone. Whether it was fame, whether it was someone in business, I knew I was going to be someone that was going to make a difference in society somehow, some way. So, in terms of the position that I'm in, 100%, I knew that I was going to make it in whatever it is that I decided to follow. If you had told me, though, 10 years ago that I was going to be in the entertainment industry and this is what I was going to be doing, absolutely not. I had no idea that this was my path. I actually tried to fight it consistently for a really long time. And I really wanted to focus on business and become affordable sort of businesswoman in this country. And life had another route for me, and I'm so grateful.
mm. And someone is asking, how do you stay grounded? How do you stay grounded?
My family. My family is really honest, and so are my friends as well. So I surround myself with people who tell me the truth. So if I'm acting funny, they're the first people to tell me, yo, you need to calm down.
Who
That's
will
how,
check you?
yeah, people who put me in check. I love that. Hey, Mandisa.
So you know, the funny thing is, recently when you went to your friend's birthday party, I think it was after the DSTV Awards,
Yes.
everyone was dressed up. You just wore
I
your,
wasn't
you were, why?
She asked me to wear long things.
Uh, and someone is asking, what are you planning for your 30th birthday? Are you turning 30 this year?
I'm turning 30 this year. Can you imagine? I don't know. I have no idea. I'd planned all these bashes and like had all these parties that I'd planned, but now with lockdown, I just feel like I don't know. I think I might want to do something a little bit small and private and intimate. I don't think I want to do anything crazy. You know, I've had so many moments to celebrate, and I think maybe I just want to. I want to do this a little bit low key. I think, but I haven't
Mm,
decided. I don't know. We might still be on lockdown. You know.
I know. It's July the 7th, correct?
It's the 7th of July, correct?
Cool, cool. And oh, someone is asking a question. I think it's let me just look at this because the questions keep moving up really fast.
I can see.
Says how okay, I don't like this question. They're just asking about how much weight you had lost after the GS during the GSTV awards.
Oh, so before
Mm,
the DSTV awards, I think I lost about 6, 7 kgs.
mm.
7.
Oh wow.
In total, I think I've lost about 10.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what are your top five dishes for lockdown? Top five dishes.
Oh, we cook different things all the time, like
Uh,
all the time. I get bored of food, so I want to change it up. But last night we had fried chicken. That was delicious.
what did you guys have last night?
Fried chicken.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
I was like craving chicken
Meaning,
lick and hot wings.
oh, so did you find a recipe and then you
Yeah,
made
we just made. And someone keeps
anyway,
asking for marriage advice.
advice. Yes, I just saw it now. Marriage
Did you see
advice.
that? Someone else said they were
Yes.
getting married and they want some advice. Don't listen to anyone. There's no such thing as great marriage advice. Just do what you and your partner want to do. Set your own rules, live by your own rules, have fun all the time, laugh and have a good time. But, every relationship is different, every relationship is
Mm,
unique. And times are different, times have changed, and I think it's important for you to set your own rules and listen to each other. So that would be my thing, is the two of you guys figure it out on your
hmm
own, do what makes the two of you happy, and don't mind the rest.
mm. So someone is asking between you and Mr. Jones, who's the best cook? Who cooks the best?
He is. He is.
Ah, and Miss Diva is saying another shout out, please.
Hi.
Um, okay.
Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you see me?
Yep.
Oh, yes, I can see you. All right. So, any last words to our viewers, all the thousands of viewers who've watched this? What would you like to say to them as we wrap up?
I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I know I've been quiet. I've been working on a lot of different things, but just know that after this lockdown, there's going to be some awesome content that I'm working on. I'm excited for the new shows that I'm going to bring to you guys, and hopefully Glamour puts me on the cover.
Hopefully, yes. Minnie, thank you so much for
Thank
making
you.
time for us this evening. We totally appreciate it. And for everyone, this interview is going to be on our live. So Minnie has answered some of the questions you were asking about losing weight, everything. She answered them earlier. So this interview will be live for the next 24 hours, and you'll be able to see our interview and also interact with Mrs. Jones, but obviously not like this. But Minnie,
Thank you,
totally
guys. Thank
appreciate
you so
it.
much for tuning in. I love you guys. Thank you for the support always. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Ngithanda nonke.
All right, bye, Minnie.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Cool, cool.